Yes, guys. Hello. Welcome to the SpursRelated YouTube and audio podcast. And as always, we are reviewing the match. And Burnley 1, Tottenham 2. I wish it was Burnley 1, Tottenham 2. Burnley 1, Tottenham 0. I mean, I can almost not believe I'm saying that after a 3-2 win at the Etihad. But at the same time, I can very much believe it. But listen, Andre, did you watch the game? And, well, just what were your thoughts, really?
Well, I know some of the people watching right now called it. It's very Spursy. Oh, yep, there we go. Win at Man City, and then lose to Burnley. Of course. And you know what? The team that wanted it more won. That's the way I see it. Burnley looked tight. They looked ready to go. They looked like a team that was communicating and had matched out a plan. Tottenham were kind of all over the place. And I'm sorry, but in the second half, when they brought in Winks, it was something different, but it's just not what we need. It just nothing really happened. The midfield was gone after that. And yes, Robin Hood FC continued
called it as well.
today.
Called it. Bobby K called it. Robin Hood. He said Robin Hood. Madge said we don't know how to deal with the possession. I swear. I mean, listen, guys. I didn't watch the full game because my stream wasn't working at the end of the day. But from what I saw, it was absolutely horrendous. We couldn't keep the ball. Couldn't string 5 passes together. Kane and Son weren't firing. Kulusevski looked slow. Winks got bought on because Bentancur is injured, which is another negative. I mean, from what I saw, it just looked horrendous and even shaky from set pieces. Obviously, Ben Mee. Was it a free kick or a corner in the end? I mean, literally, my stream kept crashing.
It was a free kick, and weirdly enough, it was Romero. His one mistake he made, or not, I guess mistake, but more he just didn't cover Ben Mee properly. Ben Mee came in top and just went over him and headed the ball in. But I gotta say, guys, I'm not even that mad. Why? Because this is just typical Tottenham. So I'm gonna keep my voice down.
Listen, I can't even agree with that. I'm absolutely fuming. And you know what? I said it at work today. I said, everyone was going, oh yeah, Man City, I'm still buzzing. I said, listen, we got to look forward to tonight. And, this would be so Spurs to go from our best performance in a good couple of years and then absolutely mess up at Turf Moor to a team that's 19th, the team that cannot win a game, a team that's fighting for their life. And we're challenging for Champions League, apparently. And then we do that. I mean, for me, it's an absolute disgrace. And all those players should be absolutely ashamed of themselves, to be honest with you. This club is got one of the biggest morale boosters by beating Manchester City, the champions, 3-2 in their own backyard, and we go and do that. I mean, surely if you want a result to turn a season around, it's that. So they've turned the season round, kick on. Now we've turned all the way back 360. Back to what it was, back to the low morale, back to questioning Conte's tactics, back to questioning the whole team, back to questioning the investment of the club. Why do we do it to ourselves?
Yeah, and you know what? The thing is, I don't know if you noticed, but there were a couple times where Son actually had the opportunity to pass it to Kane, and he didn't do it. He just wanted to go through and relive his glory days when we were winning 5-0. And honestly, I was so disappointed in him because there were so many times where he could have just passed it off to Kane and Kane could have just been through on goal and he didn't. And there was one specific one, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about. In the first half, right before the halftime, even the commentators were saying, oh, they're looking for that. They're putting on pressure. And that was the moment, and it did not happen. And not to mention that Burnley even had an opportunity where they completely, James Rodriguez just absolutely messed it up, right in front of the net. We're talking right in front of the line, and he kicked it over. And I'm like, right. So it's for us to win, and we didn't do it.
Jesus. Wow. I mean, it's horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous. But I'm saying I would have preferred to bring on Winks for Davies. I hope Bentancur wasn't taken off for that awful slip. Yeah, he did the splits, got taken off as a precaution for his injury. Let's hope it's not too bad. But listen, when we bring on Winks for Bentancur, notice how things don't improve. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, like I said, my stream was really bad, but when I looked, the only shot on target we had was a Ben Davies shot.
Yeah, the thing was, when Winks came on...
12, shots on target 2. Second half, shots on target 2. Shots on target first half, 0. How can you win a game and not shoot on target?
Yeah, and okay, look, the thing is, like I was saying before, when Winks came on, something changed in the team. I don't know if it was the halftime talk or it was Winks coming on, but whatever Winks is offering is not enough. That's the way I see it. I think whatever was happening between Bentancur and some other players, I don't know exactly what it was that was wrong, but when Winks came on in that second half, things changed. We had the ball more, but that's because we were mainly staying back. We weren't really doing too much. And then, I think you called it a few podcasts ago, the fact that Kulu has his moments, and we're hoping he doesn't pull a Bergwijn where he has one good game and then he disappears from football. But it looks to me like he's just trying to he's just trying to get it on his left foot, and it's very noticeable. Like even I can read that.
Yeah, it's it's predictable, isn't it? And it's like Lamela had his games like that where he's unbelievable, but he's a very left-footed player, one-dimensional. Kulusevski, maybe he can provide more assists, maybe he can do better crosses, but at the end of the day, defenders are going to work that out. They analyze clips all the time. If he's only going to use his left foot, that's a big problem in a player. I don't like one-footed players. Look at Ericsson, right? The most two-footed player you can get, uses either foot, passes it around with either foot, shoots with either foot. The defender doesn't know which way he's going. That's why you cause problems with a player like Christian Eriksen. And
Yep.
not for 1 minute am I saying I want Christian Eriksen back, because some fans have suggested that. I'm just saying the difference between that kind of player and Kulusevski. And I'm not going to sit here and talk down on Kulusevski because that wouldn't be fair so early. But listen,
Yep.
I think you're right. I think it will become predictable. And we saw it tonight. He was out of ideas. He wasn't really creating much. And listen, Zed's in here, big yourself up. Not seen you before. Hope. Well, I was going to say you're doing well. None of us are doing well, right? This is a therapy session. Classic Spurs win versus City and lose versus Burnley. At least Arsenal didn't lose versus Burnley. But listen, Arsenal are now in the driving seat for top four along with Man United. We've gone down the pecking order again with a loss like that. And this is what annoys me the most. The win against Man City now doesn't mean anything.
Yep.
We've wasted those 3 points by giving them back to Burnley. Robin Hood, as someone put.
Yep.
Brian's in here. Big yourself up, Brian. He said, would rather he bought White on instead of sideways Winks. Winks is awful. Couldn't agree more. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's absolutely shocking. Conte will not put up with this rubbish and will walk in the summer. Kane said, our only idea of attacking is just trying to walk the ball into the net. He also put, didn't see a lack of effort tonight, just lack of ideas and quality. We cannot cross, and the few times we did, there's nobody making the run to the end of it. We were goalless against the low block. Yeah, but Burnley are a bit of a bogey side, aren't they? I was discussing this with a family member. Burnley are a bit of a bogey side. So the real question is, do we have a chance for top four anymore? I mean, for me, not really.
Well, I would say things can change, right? Look, one game and we were getting all hyped up that we could maybe make top four, and now we lost another game. We shot ourselves in the foot. I wouldn't say it's over yet, but these are issues that Conte needs to look at. The fact that we're running out of ideas, the fact that you got a player who's becoming a little predictable with Kulu. You have the fact that he took off Sessegnon and Emerson to bring on Bergwijn and Lucas, and then dropped Kulu further down. Who honestly, when I noticed at least that when Kulu was playing that right wing back, he was as eager. He wasn't as eager to go up. Like he wasn't as eager to move up because he knows that he doesn't have the pace to come back if he needs to defend. So there were times where Lucas had the ball when he would drop deep, and then Kulu would stay there, and I'm almost like trying to like almost like trying to push him myself on the screen, trying to like get him to go forward because he's not running. So then Lucas has to run it himself, and then by then, the player realizes the defender looks like he knows he's gonna pass it to Kulu, so then nothing happens. And same thing the other way on the other side. It's like they're afraid to make long passes because they know that something it might not happen. The only player at the moment who is willing to do long passes and actually gets them correct is Bentancur, and obviously he wasn't there.
And Harry Kane, but why is he making the long passes?
Well, Harry Kane, but obviously ideally you want him up top. But yeah, obviously I mean him. But in terms of the midfield, the people who are normally supposed to be back there throwing it up, it's those guys. And Bentancur is like the only midfield at the moment I see doing those long passes like that.
Okay. Mark said, even lads, as the song goes back to life, back to reality. Yeah, spot on.
Yep.
And obviously, says, I think we did the Burnley a favour. We just sat back and let them survive. And then they get their one chance and lock things up, Kulizeski had that best chance or best shot.
That left, yeah.
What, the went right at the post, right?
Yeah.
Listen, it's a wild shot from range and fair play for doing it. But at the same time, you don't win games by just shooting like that. You have to have more of a game plan than that. And the fact that that's our best chance says an awful lot about the game
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, the fact that our best chance was a
Half chance. It's a half chance.
Yeah, it's a half chance from outside the box. That's our best chance. No, that's unacceptable.
No, listen. There's 15 of you in it. Guys, get your thoughts about the game and let us know who you thought was, the standout, performances that really did affect the game for a negative reason. I personally, I think I think that the simple answer is none of them played well, but I think Lloris stood out for me as one of the better players, kept us in it a lot of the time, actually saved, I think, 5 or 6 shots because Burnley had 5 goals, had 4 shots on goal, so Lloris has saved 3 of them. I mean, and then people disrespect Lloris. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, but you know what? How about we talk a bit about some of the players who really do deserve a good shout out from the Burnley team. Tarkowski, that guy was blocking everything. You see how many clearances he had there? Wasn't surprised. We talked about it in the last podcast. He would cause trouble, and unfortunately, nothing was happening. Tarkowski was just sticking to whoever was coming into the box that he knew would get it past to, which says everything about the creativity of this team right now. The fact that Tarkowski can pick out the one, there could be 3 players in the box and he picks out the one player he knows it's going to get past to.
Yeah, exactly. It's predictable, isn't it?
Yeah. We're very predictable right now. And, we had a couple more opportunities where I couldn't believe that, there wasn't better decision making. The fact that a couple times Kula would just run it, he would fall into that trap where he gets run into the corner. The fact that there were a couple times where, Lucas or people were taking the shots like bang on without letting it bounce. Yeah, we need more creativity right now. We're not getting into that box, and I don't know. What else do you think, James? That we need
a new team? Well, I've been saying this for ages. We've got 5 world-class players. The rest are just worse than what we had under Poch, worse than what we had under Mourinho, or dead wood that we had under Mourinho and Poch. Like, we have to get to a stage where we get rid of that and kick forward. And unless Levy's going to invest in this team, it's not going to happen. Things aren't going to change. We're going to get results like this all the time. We've got to get used to it. I mean, I'm used to it already, but what I'm saying is for the considerable future. So Kev saying, knew we would mess up. 1-0 loss was my prediction. I had it in my head and I was telling fellow Liverpool fans struggled to win 1-0. So typically Spurs result this year. That's what Joe said as well, wasn't it? He said, Liverpool only won 1-0. So at the end of the day, it's not an easy place to go to. It really isn't. They're hard to break down. Zed saying Spurs need consistency with quality. Arsenal have consistency mostly. Man United have the quality to get them through games. Spurs need to show something to finish in the top 4. I mean, I think the top 4 is off the cards now. I can't even lie. I think it's done. I think it's done.
I mean, well, you know what? It's not over until it's over. But I will say that we are 100% at the mercy of Man United and Arsenal dropping points, let alone Wolves and West Ham who are also in there.
But listen, we know Man United and Arsenal will drop points, but we're dropping more points. And the other thing is we had games in hand to utilise and make the most of, and we haven't done it. And you can't say we deserve top 4 and Champions League football by losing at Turf Moor. What's going to happen if we go to the Allianz Arena or the Bernabeu or the Nou Camp or even the Etihad again or Anfield? We're going to get absolutely battered. It's going to be embarrassing.
We'll probably get a win unless it's a final.
No, I'm sorry. We don't deserve to be there if we can't beat Burnley. That's my outlook. And results talk at the end of the day. Burnley deserve to be in the Champions League more than us based on that performance.
Yeah, Yeah. See, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't know what you guys think, but the fact that we beat Man
Yeah, I'd
City,
agree
we
with
were
this. I'd agree with
resilient,
this.
and then Burnley, and then oh my god, I just can't. Oh, Kuva.
Kuva
Oh
says
my
we
god.
were immense. The ref robbed us. VAR ruined the game and conspiracy. Other random grumbles. Nightle, I'm off to launch next door's Chihuahua. 40-foot in the trees.
You just gotta
Horrendous.
love how Kuva, you were gonna hide in for the Man City game. They won. They got you out of hiding, and then they brought you back for this.
Horrendous. Ryan
That's
saying we were never getting top 4 anyway. This squad isn't good enough. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think until the season's over, we can't say it's not gonna happen. But yeah, we just keep shooting ourselves in the foot right now. A lot of our players, well, not a good chunk of them, yeah, not Champions League level. I would say so.
On here. Max spot on here.
Like,
Forget
yeah,
top
like our
4,
team,
just please win the FA Cup.
yeah, our starting 11 is like that's the best we can do. Is a team that almost like they struggle to get the win is our starting 11. And then the minute we bring in another player, we sub another one in. That's when it gets difficult, obviously, because it's a whole other level.
Exactly. I mean,
well,
even Man United just got a result.
How about have you picked your top 3 and bottom 3 Spurs players for this game, James?
I'd agree with Nick. Top 3 is Kane and Lloris.
Top 3 is Kane and Lloris.
Yep.
And who else?
I don't have a third. No, I don't have a third. maybe Ben Mee.
Oh my. I would say actually, you know what? Ben Mee had a few moments there where we could have, if we were a more,
by the way, I brought up Ben Mee on the preview. By the way, just so you know. So go back and watch that. Yeah, I didn't say he'd score. I'm not claiming I've said he scored, but I said Ben Mee is a decent player and he's got a good head on him. I said something along those lines on the preview. So
yeah, all right. Well, you know, I agree with that. I remember you mentioning him.
I don't even want to say, but Andre, I don't even want to tell you my worst 3 Spurs players because apart from Kane and Lloris, they're all shocking. So you can have 9.
Well, let's see.
In fact, you can have 10 since Winks came on as well.
I'll agree with you, Kane and Lloris, and I'll say Romero had a decent. No, I can't say that because he was. No, I can't say that. You know what? I'm gonna go with Bentancur. He was pretty decent. It's unfortunate that he had to get subbed off, but I'm gonna get with those 3. Those are my top 3. My bottom 3. You know what? I'm gonna go with Winks. That's the easy one, obviously. What do you think, James? Would you agree?
What?
Winks as a bottom 3? The bottom of the bottom for you? No, I got 2 more, but I want to know your thoughts on that one.
Yeah. Has to be, right?
Yeah, he it just seemed to me that he was just going back to his basics. His first touch was poor. I got to say Lucas Moura, same thing. I'm going to put him in my bottom 3 as well. When he came on, his first touch was to give away the ball. Like it was very, very funny to watch because I'm like, okay, you know, he's getting subbed on. He's getting another chance. First touch gives the ball away. And then the rest of the game, nothing really happened there. So Winks, Lucas, and I will say, honestly, I'm going to go with Son. That guy had so many opportunities to lob the pass over to Kane or to another player, and he was just looking for the glory. So those are my 3. I'm very, very, very disappointed in Son. He could have done way better.
Emerson's probably down there for me. I mean, Cooper said Emerson was consistent, at least shocking in both halves of the field and both halves of the game. Yeah, horrendous. Burnley wanted to battle harder and work harder than we did. We could have played for another 180 minutes and not scored. Yeah, I'd agree. Nick said bottom 3 is fucking everyone. Yeah, exactly that. Honestly, I'm not going to sit here and try and pick out a bottom 3 because I think it's a bottom 9. I can't.
Really?
Well, yeah. Like, to please justify why Winks has done any better than Emerson, Romero, Kulusevski, Son, Sessegnon. They haven't. They've all been as bad as each other. You can't say that Winks has done worse than all these other players. I just don't think you can.
I mean, I personally think again that Winks, his game was just not very good compared to everybody else. I think when he came in, he was sticking out. He was losing the ball. His first touch wasn't very good. His passing, there was no creativity in there. You just pass it back or run around with it and then sort of wait for the Burnley players to back off because they're like, oh, he's not doing anything, so we'll back off and defend under players, and then he would start again. So to me, that's why Winks sticks out. It's unfortunate. I really wish we had Skip back because I really think he could have done more.
What'd you make of this comment?
Arsenal, Tomiyasu. He's a right wing back, right?
I think he's right. I think Tomiyasu's a better player than Emerson. I'm not even going to lie. I think we got the wrong end of the deal there.
Yeah, well, we ended up getting a player that wasn't the coach that we wanted either, right? Like Emerson is a Nuno player, not a Conte player.
Correct, but based on ability to play football and class, Tomiyasu's a better player. Whether you play him at right back or right wing back.
Well, if you've seen him in the Brazil team, he's actually decent. He's just not being played in his normal position.
Yeah, but listen, you've probably seen him play for Brazil against, like, Venezuela. I mean, I could play right back for Brazil against Venezuela.
Well, no, I've seen him play.
You've got to be realistic, though. You've got to be realistic. Tomiyasu has genuinely looked good for Arsenal all season.
Yeah, he has.
And has contributed to their success at the back. Whereas,
okay, I'll say this. Tomiyasu is being used in a position that isn't even what he normally plays, and he's adapted. While Emerson, on the other hand, hasn't so much. So yeah, I would say Tomiyasu has been the better signing for that reason.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you, Z.
I think we played more boring football than Burnley. Honestly, I snore. I can't wait to go to sleep. Adrian says, agree, Son, Winks, Lucas, and Cess was the worst. Sessegnon wasn't good. Lucas, I didn't even see much of because my stream crashed, but I've heard he was shocking.
Yeah, like I said, the first touch Lucas made was to give away the ball. It was really, I could not believe it.
I'm surprised Son didn't pass to Kane in the box before the end of the first half. They definitely won that title of the best duo. This is what you said, wasn't it? You said, yeah.
Yeah,
you put it in
our
exactly
chat. What happened.
We'll be lucky to finish in the top 6. Never mind top 4. Agreed, Derek. Tomiyasu is such a baller for so long. We looked at him and didn't sign him, and says Tomiyasu versatility, crosses, shots, passes, defending, all better than Emerson.
Yeah, I would say so. And he, again, the thing is he is a multi-positional player. Like, he can play right wing back. He has adapted to a right back. He's also been known to play a center back. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, we did do the wrong business. And the issue really stems from the fact that we didn't get Conte from the get-go. If we had gotten Conte from the get-go, we would not have gotten Emerson. We would have gotten maybe Tomiyasu. You would have been like, no, get me a right wing back, not a right back. Or maybe he would have had someone else in mind other than those guys. So
yeah, I mean,
that's the biggest issue for me. We're being left to pay for that. But yeah,
got Lewis King in here. He says we need a new goalkeeper. Listen, that is the least of our worries right now, Lewis. Welcome on in. First comment in the channel. Like, big yourself up for joining us. I appreciate it, but I have to disagree with your first comment. Like, I don't know if you disagree, Andre, but for me, Lloris was our best player tonight. I don't think Lloris could have done an awful lot more about that goal. And at the end of the day, he's saved a numerous amount of shots, especially against Man City. Like, look at that Mahrez save. For me, Lloris is one of the ones that's world class that I'd keep. I'd keep Kane, I'd keep Son, I'd keep Lloris, I'd keep Bentancur and Romero and potentially Dyer.
Yeah.
Maybe Reguilon. But apart from that,
I agree with that.
Winks go, Doherty go, Davies go, Sessegnon probably not up to it. Lucas not up to it at the moment. Galini not good enough.
I mean, I agree with most of what you said there. And Lewis, the thing is, okay, I mentioned this earlier. And earlier as in a different podcast. Any goalkeeper to try and look good behind the team that we have, it is very difficult. So for Lloris to look as good as he does behind this team, that says a lot. Okay, so and I think right now we have much more issues in other positions at the moment. James is 100% correct. Goalkeepers is the least of our worries, although it will be a worry very soon as that contract ends. So we better fix those positions quickly and then work on that goalkeeper position.
Yep. Most of these first 11 players will be bench players for mid-table teams. Exactly. Look at Kulusevski, okay? Not going to start getting on the Kulusevski's not good enough bandwagon because I'm not judging him this early, but does Kulusevski get in the Palace team?
I would say so.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Why
no,
not?
He doesn't. Zaha, Edouard, well, that's the start. Zaha and Edouard. Zaha, by the way, got a brace today. Edouard, decent player. Who else do they play up front as well? I mean, Conor Gallagher's sort of that number 10 role. He doesn't get in that team. Does he get in the Everton team? No, he doesn't. Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin, Donny van der Beek, even Townsend's probably been decent. Who else have they got? I mean, he just doesn't. Damari Gray, he's better than Kulusevski. Why didn't we get a player like Damari Gray?
You got me, man. I don't know. They're looking at. Let's
go with Ben Davies. Does Ben Davies get in the Palace team?
No.
Does Ben Davies get in the Arsenal team?
No, he doesn't. Yeah, no. Let's stop with Davies.
But
I
this
agree
is what
with
I mean.
that one.
So this is a good point because this team isn't good enough for teams less worse off than us and lower than us, but they're getting our starting 11.
Yeah.
Would Emerson get in any Premier League team other than maybe the bottom 5?
He would get in a decent amount of teams because again, it just the thing is Emerson is being played in a position that he normally does not play at. That's the issue.
Okay, right. So go through the top 10. He doesn't get in Man City's team. He doesn't get in Liverpool's team. Doesn't get in Chelsea's team. Doesn't get in Man United's team. So that's one. He doesn't get in Arsenal's team. And
he would get in. He would get in a Crystal Palace team. He would, I think. Crystal Palace, Southampton. Yeah, Southampton. He would, I think.
No way. Walker Peters. Walker Peters.
Hey, Walker Peters been playing a left back.
What?
He's been playing as left back though.
I'll take the other geezer, Livramento.
Okay. What about the Brighton team?
Lamperty.
Okay.
You're literally proving my point more and more. Keep going. Honestly, this is brilliant.
Norwich. Oh, he's bottom
Max
5.
Aarons. Max Aarons. He's still better than him.
That's true. You know what? Yeah. Okay, I give up. You're right. That's bad.
Honestly, keep this coming. Keep this coming. Genuinely.
That's pretty bad.
Maybe he'll get in Watford's team over Kiko Feminia.
Yeah.
Leeds team. I'd take Stuart Dallas over him.
Really?
Yep.
So you should just write to the Tottenham board and tell them to get any of the right backs.
Wolves, I'd take Semedo over Emerson.
Semedo, you take Semedo.
He's a better Barcelona reject.
But does he play a proper right wing back though?
I don't care. Emerson can't play football. But listen, he gets in Crystal Palace by far. Okay, that's maybe one. But the ones you named, Southampton, Brighton, no way. Spend big amounts on a proper right wing back. I'm tired of hell as watching this terrible right backs play. They get worse each time they play. Look what Arsenal did in the summer. Is this guy an Arsenal fan? Or are we just comparing to Arsenal
I think
tonight?
so.
Like, it's a horrible thought. But anyway, look what Arsenal did in the summer. They made 5 good signings. We will perform well this season and building for the future. Where have Spurs done any sort of this? You underrate. Listen, Adrian, I've said it time and time again. I'm not just going to sit here and slate Kulusevski after 4 games. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But listen, we're just trying to think of the future and the fact that maybe we picked out a weakness and the fact he's like a one-footed player. He might as well be hopping around the pitch. I don't even think he uses his right foot to walk. Louis, big yourself up, mate. He says, lads, top 4 is gone. Romero had a shocker, losing me, but we couldn't break them down. You're spot on, Louis. You're spot on. This is what we're saying. Even Romero didn't play well tonight.
Yeah.
Emerson is Aurier, but he can't cross. Newcastle have better right backs than us. Aaron
Are you
Lennon
talking about
better.
Trippier? Talking about
Newcastle, he doesn't get Newcastle's team.
Oh my god.
He doesn't, Andre. He doesn't. Listen,
Oh
right?
my God.
Leicester, that Pereira, Villa. Who's Villa's right back? That is Matty Cash. Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Who else who we haven't gone through? Everton. Who's their right back? Isn't that Kenny guy?
Yeah, I guess he would fit in
Or
there.
Coleman, Seamus Coleman. He's probably better than Emerson, actually.
All right. You proved your point.
Listen. Aaron Lennon was better than anyone we had on the pitch, and he used to play for us about 18 years ago, by the way, just to put that in perspective. Max says, no, genuinely, I saw a tweet earlier. Some guy put, last time Aaron Lennon played for Spurs, my daughter was just born. She's 18 now.
Oh my God.
And he's just gone and beaten us with Burnley. Aurier cost us games. Honestly, Aurier cost us games with stupid fouls. They signed Ben Shite. I'm neutral, just comparing Spurs. Their top 4. No, I appreciate it, Zed. I just didn't know, obviously, even if you were an Arsenal fan, you're very welcome. I just didn't know what the Arsenal comparison was. But no, listen.
Speaking facts, though, as a neutral, you have a sort of, you can look at it more rationally. Like we're mad right now, so
Adrian's saying I've got better ball control than Emerson. He's got none. White has performed decent for Arsenal and not what they paid for. Listen, guys, it's spot on. And at the end of the day, me and Andre said we can't underestimate Burnley. We have to have consistency. It's all very well beating Man City, but we have to kick on from there. Unfortunately, we're talking about a loss. And in a way, it's not surprising. I'm not surprised. I'm very, very annoyed, but I'm also not surprised. I expected something like this to happen. And listen, we've got Leeds on Saturday. That's not going to be an easy game either. They're struggling for points. They need to get some points from somewhere. So, we're back at Ellen Road. The chicken at the mercy of the cannon, the devil. The chicken's at the mercy of the cannon, the devil. Brilliant. We have to kill our opponents. Listen, guys, at the end of the day, we're going to have to kick on at Leeds. That's the only thing we can do now. Get our chins up. Have some kind of consistency and sort it out. But listen, Andre, any concluding points?
I will say it speaks volumes how sort of uninterested Conte looked at the end there. He just walked off. He didn't look mad. He didn't look like he wanted to kill any of the players. He just walked off because I think he's accepting the fact that the players he has right now cannot perform better. They've reached their peak. Some of them are performing at the best as they can, and some of them they get brought down, right? Where there's that saying where you are only as good as your weakest link. So you could have 3 really, really good players, but what's the point of having them there if the rest of the team is sort of just bringing them down? So
Exactly that. Listen, guys, we're going to end things up. Try and have a nice rest of your evening. We'll be previewing the Leeds game on Friday, won't we, Andre? On Fan Phoning Friday, a little merge there. Fan Phoning Friday. So if you want to get your say, let us know. We'll leave the link to you to join the stream. Also, the preview for the Leeds game. And Saturday, we'll be doing the review of the Leeds game straight after. Hopefully, on a more positive note. But listen, guys, smash that like button to show your support. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Poor performance.